changing the course of events. And the general vector of changes is close to our worldview.
It's not a bad detector at first, but it can be inaccurate if there is more than one anomaly nearby. Basically, once you get enough hexes, I recommend you buy a better one.
Rumor has it that when the first tide came, the rogue wastelands were altered by something similar to a huge laser ray.
To put it simply, artifacts are bundles of energy. Artifacts are extremely rare, and their activation in the wrong hands can lead to disastrous consequences.
We tried to give you a chance, but your stubbornness doesn't leave us any other choice.
Invaders, leave. We will create a new world on the ruins of the old one, as the great raven bestowed.
We wouldn't have wanted it to end this way. We offer our sincere condolences and hope you will die with that understanding.
I don't want to spoil it for you. All you need to know is that we're going to have an incredibly fun time together.
The same kind of hellraisers. We fight savagely with each other on the garbage dumps. Like to the death. We fight for the loot. You can end up dead anywhere. Literally kicking the bucket in the closest ditch. Keep your eyes wide open. Otherwise they'll chew you to pieces. There are plenty of monsters around here. And it just so happens that the most dangerous of them walk on two legs. In general, you're better off roaming around the island with your own people. Your buddies will be there to help if something happens. However, there are even scarier creatures dwelling here. Creepy experiments. Monsters capable of putting dozens of our brothers in their graves. Run away from those kinds. As far as you possibly can.
Deceiving themselves. Trust me, emissary. Will is the only thing that matters. It creates the hunger, aspiration, and the ability to challenge the island, to find a true desire. So...
Uncontrollable bursts of energy. There was a malfunction on station number 2 as a result of a reactor explosion on station number 1. To anyone who can hear me, welcome. By the time you listen to this recording, I will most likely be dead. My name is no longer important. I am the former head of security for station number 2. My code name is Sumrak.
Very well. Not every form of consciousness can have bodies like we're used to. Life can come in the form of a stone, or sand, or even something scattered in the air.
Pioner is an upcoming post-apocalyptic MMO first-person shooter developed and published by GFA Games, set for release in 2025 on PC via Steam, with console versions for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S planned for a later date. Built on Unreal Engine 4, the game immerses players in the desolate Soviet-era island of Tartarus, a sprawling 50-square-kilometer open world teeming with mysterious anomalies, mutated creatures, and crumbling infrastructure left behind by a civilization lost to time. Drawing clear inspiration from atmospheric Eastern European titles like Stalker and Metro, Pioner places a heavy emphasis on realism and immersion, foregoing conventional health bars, damage numbers, or level indicators. Instead, it offers a grounded survival experience where players must manage vital resources such as food, rest, and ammunition to endure the harsh environment. Players take on the role of an operative stranded in this fractured world, following a technological disaster that has reshaped reality and destabilized the region. The narrative unfolds across dynamic faction territories, each with their own ideologies, goals, and conflicting agendas. Choices made by the player affect relationships with these factions, influencing the story's direction, available quests, and access to equipment. Missions range from narrative-rich solo storylines to large-scale cooperative operations and intense PvP clashes within designated war zones called the Shadowlands. These PvP areas offer rare loot and high rewards, but also high risks, as other players may choose to engage or betray at any moment, heightening the tension and unpredictability of exploration. A core aspect of gameplay is the advanced modular crafting and weapon customization system, where players can scavenge materials and rare artifacts from anomalies to create unique firearms, gadgets, and gear. Every item must be maintained and upgraded through player-driven effort, enhancing realism and rewarding exploration. Weapons degrade over time, encouraging players to plan routes, stockpile resources, and make critical decisions about when and how to engage enemies. In addition to combat, Pioner features activities such as base building, upgrading safe zones, and establishing trade with NPC factions, all of which influence the broader world and the players standing within it. Despite being an MMO, Pioner is built with solo players in mind, offering full access to the storyline, exploration, and progression systems without requiring PvP engagement. The developers have taken special care to create a world that feels alive and reactive, filled with emergent events, hidden lore, environmental storytelling, and weather systems that can impact gameplay. Day-night cycles and dynamic weather not only influence visibility and stealth tactics, but also enemy behavior and the appearance of certain anomalies or wildlife. The game's visual design leans into brutalist architecture, decaying Soviet infrastructure, and unsettling natural mutations, supported by a haunting ambient soundtrack that reinforces its oppressive tone. The use of environmental storytelling, such as ruined homes, scattered documents, and strange monuments, invites players to piece together the island's dark history. The world is divided into zones with escalating threats, from radiation-soaked forests and abandoned military bunkers to scientific research facilities overtaken by unnatural forces. As of January 2025, Pioner has generated substantial hype within the gaming community, amassing over 100,000 wishlists on Steam and attracting attention from fans of immersive survival shooters. A closed beta phase launched in late 2024, with feedback from participants informing major refinements in combat feel, progression pacing, and faction dynamics. The development team, comprised of over 100 professionals from various countries, continues to share regular updates, development diaries, and gameplay previews, highlighting the studio's commitment to transparency and community engagement. With its blend of immersive world-building, hardcore survival mechanics, and meaningful narrative choices, Pioner aims to redefine the post-apocalyptic MMO FPS genre, appealing to fans of atmospheric storytelling and emergent, player-driven gameplay. Now you can enjoy the screenshots without any interruption. Enjoy!